Hi BookTube, this is Johnny, and I am making this video really early in the morning. It is going on 6:47 in the morning, September the 17th, 2017. I just wrote in my diary here, it is 6:37 a.m. Sunday morning. The reason why I'm making this video so early in the morning, is because I just feel like it. I got up this morning, warmed up a cup of coffee, looked at the internet, looked at email, looked at BookTube, and made a fresh pot of coffee for my wife. She's sitting in the sunroom reading her Bible, and I've been writing in my diary, and I thought I would just start the day out making this video, get it downloaded, because it's been 2 days since I made a video, and I don't want people out there in BookTube world thinking that I have stopped making videos, because so many people that I subscribe to don't make videos anymore. They just have disappeared. But not me. The reason why I've not made videos is because my wife has been home for going on 6 days now. So just spending time with her and not really being alone. But reason why I'm making a video this morning is because I've been going to thrift stores. Well, yesterday my wife and we had to do errands. I had to fill up my old Dodge van with gas, and then we went into Zealand to get sunflower seeds and cracked corn for the birds. And on the way home, my wife had to look for a little bookcase for a friend of hers who's elderly and lives in a nursing home, and my wife wanted to get her a little tiny bookcase, so she came along with me to look. So as we were looking, I looked at used books, and so these are the thrift store used books that I found yesterday. This is the one I read yesterday. I collect this guy. It's very gritty kind of crime novels. This one I didn't have. I have many. I don't know. I collect them. This is Hard Candy by Andrew Vachss. So I read that yesterday, and then I picked up Friday, as I mentioned. I started volunteering again at the Hendrick District Public Library used bookstore, the Book Nook, on Fridays. I was for a long time doing it on Saturdays from 10 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, but you know the whole story. Now I volunteer on Fridays from 10 to 1. And these are the used book. One of the used books I got at the Book Nook was this one. Got a lot of press, won a lot of literary prizes. Colson, Whitehead, The Underground Railroad. I got that. And then I picked up at the Book Nook Philip Caputo, Crossers. I collect his novels. They're adventure stories. This one's on the border crossing. Says here in the back, when Gil Castle loses his wife, he retreats to his family's sprawling homestead out west, a forsaken part of the country where drug lords have more power than police. Here Castle begins to rebuild his life, even as he uncovers some dark truths about his fearsome grandfather. When a Mexican illegal shows up at the ranch, terrified after a border-crossing drug deal gone bad, Castle agrees to take him in. Yet his act of generosity sets off a flood of violence and vengeance, a fierce reminder that we never truly escape our history. Spanning 3 generations of an Arizona family, Crossters is a blistering novel about brutality and the beauty of life on the border. I have, I have a whole, at least 7 of his novels in our library. And then I bought at the Book Nook Plain Honest Men, The Making of the American Constitution by Richard Beeman. I'm a student of American history, and I bought this for $2. And then I picked up this novel at the Book Nook. It just looked kind of interesting. It's called Lillian, Boxfish Takes a Walk by Catherine Rooney. This is must be her debut novel. But it says here, she took 1930s New York by storm, working her way up, writing copy for R.H. Macy's to become the highest paid advertising woman in the country. It was her job that, she says, in some ways saved my life, in other ways ruined it. Now it's the last night of 1984, and Lillian, 85 years old, but just as sharp and savvy as ever, is on her way to a party. It's chilly enough for her mink coat. Manhattan is glitter now. Her son keeps warning her about a subway vigilante on the prowl. But the quick-tongued poetess has never been one to scare easily. On a walk that takes her more than 10 miles around the city, she meets bartenders, Bolego clerks, security guards, criminals, children, parents-to-be, while reviewing a life of excitement and adversity, passion and heartbreak, illuminating all the ways New York has changed and has not. So she's walking around New York at night, and it's a 10-mile walk, and she's just remembering her life from the 30s up until 1984 of her life in New York City and all the things that had taken place in her life. So kind of interesting. And then yesterday when we were out, I found this at a Goodwill, Woman, an Intimate Biography by Natalie Angier. This was a National Book Award finalist. It was a New York notable book. I collect New York notable books. And then I found this, the Summa Contra Gentiles by St. Thomas Aquinas, Book 1 on the Doctrine of God. I found Royal Affairs, a lusty romp through the extramarital adventures that rocked the British monarchy by Leslie Carroll. And then I found this. This is a historical fiction. It says this is over 3 million copies were sold. This is a historical fiction. It says here it's called Forever Amber by Kathleen Winsor. Abandoned, pregnant, and penniless as the teeming streets of London, 16-year-old Amber St. Clair uses her wits, beauty, and courage to climb to the highest position a woman could achieve in Restoration England, that of the favorite mistress of Merry Monarch Charles II. From whores and highwaymen to quarterers and noblemen, from the Great Plague and the fire of London to the intimate passions of ordinary and extraordinary men and women, Amber experiences it all. But throughout her trials and escapades, she remains in her heart true to the one man she truly loves, the one man that she can never have. So, it's only 25 cents. And I picked up Queen Isabella. I think it's Isabella. The Treachery and Adultery and Murder in Medieval England by Alison Weir. And I picked up Alison Weir's book, The Children of Henry VIII by Alison Weir. And then I picked up this Athenais, the life, the royal, let me how it goes there. Athenais, the life of Louis the 14th's mistress, the real Queen of England by Lizzie Hilton. And then this is by Tammy Fraser, Antonia, I can't pronounce it. Life and Louis the 14th, the women in the life of Saint the Sun King, Antonio, Antoinette Fraser, I can't pronounce this. And then I picked up Princesses, the Six Daughters of George III by Flora Fraser. The Court Lady and the Country Wife, Two Notable Sisters in 17th Century England by Leda Rose Beckerman. And then this biography on Henry King Edward the Eighth by Philip Zingler. So that's the thrift store finds from the last couple of days. Like I said yesterday, I was reading Hard Candy, and I started reading Louis Bagley, Schmidt Delivered, and I've been reading The World Broken 2, Virginia Woolf, T.S. Eliot, D.H. Lawrence, E.M. Forster, and The Year That Changed Literature by Bill Goldstein. And also I've been looking at this again, The Evangelicals, The Struggle to Shape America by Francis Fitzgerald. So that's what I've been reading. That's what I found at thrift stores. On my diary, I'm on page 849 today. Excuse me. So that's about it. Today, like I said, is a Sunday. It's a new week. Not much else going on here. So yeah, I got a lot of historical stuff. I can't pronounce that name. Antonia. Antania Fraser. I have lots of books by her. She wrote a book on the Mary Queen of Scots, Cromwell, the Lord Protector, Royal Charles II and the Restoration, the Warrior Queens I have, the Six Wives of Henry VIII, Mary Antoinette, I have that, The Journey. She is the editor of the Lives and Kings of Queens of England. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know, sometimes you go to a bookstore and you come across a whole stack of historical stuff. So, don't know what else to say. Yeah, I usually don't read crime, but I got something in my throat. So I'll sign off, download this video, go through the day, write some more in my diary on September the 17th, 2017, page 849. It's a Sunday. Still waking up. Hope you have a good new week. Thank you for the subscribers. Until next time. Bye.